everybody. This is Keith Gleason, host of Indie Comics Relay, creator of the Mighty Mascots, and the promoter for the Plastic City Comic Con. And I'm here with another comic review. Before we get into that, just a quick reminder that all my comics are now available at recklesssidekick.com or heroenvy.com. I'll bring you to the same place. I have them all in the store section, and I also just added almost all of them to Global Comics. So if you're looking for digital versions, check that out as well. And also a reminder that Plastic City Comic Con is coming up Saturday, July 20th. We're still $10 admission, and we're in a new location. We're in the Doubletree Hotel back in Leominster, back in the actual Plastic City. So check that out as well. That's on PlasticCityComicCon.com. All right, let's get into this week's review. I am reviewing Drive Like Hell #1. This is a comic put out by Dark Horse Comics. It is a 4-issue miniseries. The writer on this book is Rich Douek, I think is how you pronounce it. Artist is Alex Cormack. Colorist is Alex Cormack. Letterer is Hassan Atzmane El Hawu. And yeah, that's it. That's everything. And I hope I didn't butcher all those names. I'm really, really awful with names pronunciations. So, but yeah, let me read you a quick summary of this story from the Dark Horse website. It's Drive Like Hell #1. Bobby Ray had it made. One last big job, then it was Splitsville. Set for life with his girl by his side. Then everything went wrong, and poor Dahlia took a bullet to the brain as they made their escape. Thing is, dear Dahlia didn't stay dead. Now Bobby's found himself plunged into a battle of otherworldly proportions, and if he wants to get out of Dodge with his skin intact, he's going to have to drive like hell. Now I'm going to go into this a little more because that description really doesn't touch on the story at all, really. It's sort of like a heist thing, you know, like where this Bobby Ray is a getaway driver, but it's also, I'm not going to do this without getting too crazy. It does have he basically steals a car, and the car seems to be have like supernatural abilities, and seems to be the owner was a demon or something like that. So like, which much like the title Drive Like Hell, you know, and then I don't want to get too much into the specifics, but I wanted to let you guys know a little more than that. So it's like a heist gone wrong kind of story, car chases. You can tell like they were influenced by stuff like Fast and the Furious and things like that to do like a car chase, but with like a supernatural twist to it, you know. The artwork, I'm a little biased because I do like Alex Cormack, and he's a local artist from around here. He has done my convention a few times, and he's a great guy. I do like his art a lot, though. Like I gotta admit, like I've been a fan since I saw it. He was doing a series. I don't know if they're still doing it. I hope they are, but there was a series called Sync from Comics Tribe, which is a horror book that he was doing with John Lees. And that was my first exposure to Alex's artwork. And that was like more in a horror setting. Although he seems to be he does still do a lot of horror stuff, because this is technically horror as well. But he's gotten better over the years. Like if I go back and look at his Sync stuff compared to now, I really think I see a big improvement over the artwork, and it's really good. He's got a unique style that I don't see in a lot of other comic artists. And the fact that he wanted to draw cars and car chases gives him a lot more credit too, because I find that most artists don't want to do that stuff, you know, drawing cars all day and like your building scapes and things like that, you know. So but yeah, Alex, he did a great job. I like the artwork on this. You know, the storytelling is really well done. And the biggest compliment I can give it is like the car chases usually come off very boring in comics, but for some reason Alex kind of nailed it. They look nice. You can follow them, and you kind of feel the excitement, in the panels of the chase, which is nice. It's different, because usually I see it in comics and car stuff is kind of boring, and you know what I mean. I don't know why it just doesn't work. Or it's same with like plane battles or something. Like whenever they do a World War II comic, the plane battles just look boring, like Enemy Ace or something. But yeah, no, I think the artwork is really solid here. The lettering is good. It's a solid indie book, and it's 4 issues, so it's not a big commitment. And one of the things I wanted to say, so Rich Douek and Alex do a lot of books together, and I think this might be their sort of 4th or 5th series that they've done together. They usually work with IDW though. So it was interesting to see them over at Dark Horse. Some of the other books they've done together is Road of Bones, Sea of Sorrow, Breath of Shadows. Those are 3 that I know of that I picked up, and they're all like horror based. But the unique thing about them is they all feel like completely different from each other, different subjects, different types of horror, including this one, The Drive Like Hell. So I look for anything, like these guys together are a great pairing. So I hope they do continue to do more mini series together, whether it be horror or something else. I think they make a great team, and hopefully if Alex is listening, I hope they're going to do some more sync with John Lee's. I love that series. The other thing I wanted to mention too is a lot of this book reminds me, it has a feel of other horror movies that you might have watched or seen. I mentioned Fast and the Furious earlier, but I think it's more like stuff like, if you ever seen the Nicolas Cage movie Drive Angry, reminded me a lot of that movie for some reason. And then it also reminds me a little bit of Supernatural, the TV show, the way because Dean and I forget the other kid's name, but they would drive around in that car and go, and they along the highway and find another monster to battle and stuff like that. So it kind of reminded me of that a little bit. And then other stuff like The Duel, that the first Steven Spielberg movie, or even the movie The Car, where the car is like a supernatural thing, and hunting people and stuff. So this feels like this is right in that wheelhouse of genre, of stories, and it's comic, but I could totally see this as a movie as well, so but it looks like fun. It looks like future issue's gonna have like angels and more demons and Satan and things like that, so it looks like it's going to be really cool by the time this ends. So I really enjoyed number 1. I would recommend it to you guys. Let me see. Yeah, recommended page count. It seems to be your normal 32 pages. It's Dark Horse Comics. It's only $3.99, which is low nowadays. Like I feel like almost every comic that's coming out, it's like $5 or more now. So to find something $3.99 is definitely a bargain. So yeah, so check it out. I recommend Drive Like Hell. Yeah, that's pretty much it, everybody. Join us every other Monday for our live streams where we interview indie creators. Like, subscribe, share the channel if you think somebody will like it, and also read some comics. All right, everybody, have a great week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.